dan hutang lima ini.
Our story kicks off deep inside a dark forest. It's nighttime, and we see the mother mouse deer frantically running. She's being chased by something. A mysterious black shadow is right behind her, and it's fast. Whatever it is, it's dangerous. She runs, but the chase ends badly. She gets hurt, really hurt, bloodied and bruised. She collapses to the ground, barely breathing. That's when her little baby shows up, panicked and scared, seeing his mom like that. But before they can figure out what to do, the black shadow catches up to them again. There's nowhere to run, just a steep cliff in front of them. And in a heartbreaking moment, the mother mouse deer uses the last of her strength to push her baby away from the cliff to keep it safe. Her child lands safely, but watches in terror, crying, calling for her. But it's too late. She's gone, caught in the fierce hold of the black shadow. Fast forward to the present day. That little baby? He's all grown up now, our clever mouse deer. But the forest he lives in has new problems. The animals have lost their clean water. The one and only watering hole, their favorite place to bathe and drink, has been totally taken over by a gang of bush elephants. And not just any elephants. We're talking about Blücher, the biggest, meanest, and most selfish of them all. He bans everyone else from using the water. Like, seriously, dude? So, what do the animals do? They go straight to the mouse deer. Because if there's anyone who can outsmart a bully, it's him. But here's the deal. Everyone knows how strong Blücher is. He's huge. Trying to fight him head-on would be like running full speed into a brick wall. So, instead of muscles, the mouse deer brings something else to the table, his brain. And what does he do? He asks an ant, yeah, a tiny little ant, to help him take down Blücher. The forest animals? They're straight up confused. Like, bro, are you serious? An ant? Against an elephant? But trust the mouse deer. He's got a plan. So, the big day comes. The mouse deer rolls up with the ant, and Blücher the elephant just laughs. He thinks it's a joke. You brought this bug to fight me? He scoffs. But that's exactly what the mouse deer wanted. Because the ant? She's not just any ant. She's sneaky. As soon as the challenge starts, she slips up the elephant's trunk and starts biting from the inside. Blücher roars in pain, stomping around, shaking his head. He's helpless. The pain gets so intense, he faints right there on the spot. The mouse deer and ant win. Forest goes wild. The animals cheer like crazy. It's a full celebration. From that day on, the mouse deer is treated like royalty. Not just smart, but a real peacemaker. Everyone looks up to him. But not everyone's just celebrating. An old wise creature named Tupa, kinda like the forest's grandpa, comes to the mouse deer and gives him a serious talk. He warns him not to let the praise get to his head. Don't let your cleverness make you arrogant, he says. And honestly, the mouse deer agrees. Because deep down, even though he's solved all these problems, there's one mystery he still hasn't cracked. The one that haunts him most. The truth about his mother's death. That dark shadow, what was it? And why did it go after her? Right then, a crow shows up out of nowhere, and he tells the mouse deer that if he wants answers, he should go visit the mighty eagle, someone powerful enough to face that dark shadow. The idea stirs something in the mouse deer's heart. That old pain and grief rush back. He agrees to go, but not everyone thinks it's a good idea. Grandpa Squirrel, the forest elder, warns him, be careful with that crow. His words are sweet, but his heart? Not always so honest. Still, the mouse deer makes his choice. He says goodbye and follows the crow. The journey is rough right from the start. On the way, he ambushed by a hungry tiger and a slithering snake. The mouse deer panics and runs, of course, but these wild beasts are fast. It looks like it's over for him. But you know our guy, he's always thinking 2 steps ahead. Turns out he had already set traps along the way. As the tiger lunges, boom, flies right into the trap and gets launched like a rocket. As for the snake, well, let's just say he ends up wrapped around a bamboo trunk, tangled and stuck, all thanks to the mouse deer's quick thinking. Still not safe though. The next obstacle? A raging river filled with crocodiles. And these crocs are starving, their food stalls closed, and they haven't eaten breakfast. Now this could be the end, but again, nope. The mouse deer walks right up to them and says, hey, Prophet Solomon is throwing a feast, and guess what? You're all invited. The crocodiles blink. For real? Yup, says the deer. Only catch is, you gotta help me cross first. Just line up and form a bridge. These crocs may be scary, but they're not the brightest. So they do it, one by one, They form a line across the river, and the mouse deer hops across their backs like stepping stones. And just like that, he's past them. He's on a mission to face the darkness that took his mother. The crocodiles, who were all tough and scary at first, totally dropped their guard. They actually started to like the mouse deer. "I'm a crocodile, but I've got a soft side too," one of them joked. All of them trusted the mouse deer completely. But for the mouse deer, the journey was far from over. He was still laser-focused on finding justice for his mom. And so, he pushed forward, dodging danger after danger like a champ. Meanwhile, the crow guiding him was just stunned. Like, seriously, this little deer kept beating impossible odds. But even as the crow praised him, the mouse deer started to feel something wasn't right. A little voice in his head whispered, "What if this crow is setting me up?" Still, the crow flashed another sweet smile and made more promises. He said he truly wanted to help the mouse deer get revenge for his mother. And so, the mouse deer kept going, choosing to believe him, at least for now. They walked through pouring rain, burning sun, thick fog, you name it. After a long, grueling journey, they finally reached the hilltop, the home of the mighty eagle called Hang Perkesa. But hold up, this place wasn't what the mouse deer imagined. Instead of a peaceful haven, the hill was covered in animal skulls. Like, everywhere. Something was seriously off. The crow called out to Hang Perkesa, who was just chilling in his massive nest. But instead of a hero's welcome, the eagle and the crow burst out laughing. The whole vibe flipped instantly. Turns out, it was all a setup. The eagle wasn't there to help. In fact, he was in on it. And then came the big reveal. The black shadow that had haunted the mouse deer's memories? It wasn't some mystery spirit or ghost. It was a panther. The very one who attacked and killed his mom when he was just a baby. And here's the worst part. The panther and the eagle had teamed up, plotting to get rid of the mouse deer for good. The mouse deer's heart was pounding. His grief, his anger, his fear, all boiling up. But what could he do? He was surrounded. No strength, no backup. He was just a little guy stuck between panthers and eagle, both way out of his league. They started mocking him, calling him weak, calling his mom foolish. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, something unexpected happened. The panther, maybe caught up in the tension, maybe just careless, accidentally scratched the crow. Badly. The crow, the very one who betrayed the mouse deer, died on the spot. Now that set the eagle off. Hang Perkesa roared in fury, demanding to know why the panther attacked his friend. But what he found out, that he'd been played too. The panther had been using him this whole time, and now even the eagles were under threat. The panthers went full-on beast mode, attacking everything in sight, including the eagles. The mouse deer? He was about to become a snack. He could see it coming. But just when all hope seemed lost, boom, out of nowhere, Grandpa Squirrel jumped in. That wise old squirrel had secretly been following them the whole way, keeping an eye on his little buddy. He swooped in just in time, scooped up the mouse deer, and got him out of there fast. They fled to a cave, hidden deep in the forest, safe for now. While they were catching their breath, someone else stumbled in. An orangutan, badly injured and barely able to stand. He had been attacked by the panthers too. And between gasps, he told his story. He remembered years ago, when the forest was almost wiped out by a volcanic eruption. All the animals ran for their lives, except the panther. He had gotten trapped under falling rocks. But then a deer showed up. Not just any deer, a kind-hearted one who tried to help. That deer was the mouse deer's mother. And what did the panther do in return? He attacked her. He betrayed the one creature who tried to save him. The orangutan's voice faded. His injuries were too much. He passed away right there in the cave. The mouse deer was crushed. His anger flared up again, stronger than ever. Now he knew the full story. His mother's death wasn't some random tragedy. It was betrayal. Cold, heartless betrayal. Meanwhile, the panther's reign of terror wasn't slowing down. His army of wildcats began invading the entire forest, destroying everything in their path. Cute little rabbits? They lost their homes. Some even lost their lives. But not all hope was lost. One rabbit managed to survive and reunite with the mouse deer and Grandpa Squirrel. They were shaken, but they knew they had to act. Then came more news. The panthers had taken over the river. Even the crocodiles, the kings of the water, had been defeated and driven out. Their leader was badly wounded. Carried away by the few crocs who managed to escape. Things were spiraling fast. That's when the mouse deer made a call. He told the rabbit to warn every single animal in the forest. Get everyone together at his place. They needed to make a plan. The trio split up to gather support. Later that afternoon, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky orange, the mouse deer tried to cross the river again. He thought it was safe now since the panthers had moved on. But he was wrong. A hungry crocodile had been hiding in the bushes this whole time, watching and waiting. Just as the mouse deer stepped near the riverbank, the croc lunged. But then, out of the blue, another black shadow flew in and swooped him away to safety. Back in the animal's hideout, chaos was unfolding. Some wanted to fight the panthers. Others just wanted to run. Everyone was scared, anxious, arguing about what to do next. Then came a shock. Hang Parkesa, the mighty eagle, showed up. And guess who was with him? The mouse deer, alive and safe. Turns out, the black shadow that saved him wasn't the panther this time. It was the mighty eagle himself, still alive, and now totally done with the panther's lies. Turns out, the eagle had been betrayed just like the mouse deer. The panther not only used him but even got his best friend, the crow, killed. Now, the eagle wasn't here to be some majestic bystander. Nope, he came to join the mouse deer's army and take revenge. At first, the animals were frightened by Parkas's arrival, but the mouse deer calmed them down and managed to unite everyone. Even a snake who had once tried to eat him stepped in to help. But this time, there were no clever tricks from the mouse deer. This wasn't about outsmarting a few predators anymore. This was war. Together, the mouse deer, the eagle, the snake, and all the animals gathered, not just to protect themselves, but to fight back for every creature who had suffered under the panther's cruelty. The forest had become a place of shadows, fear, and pain. The panther's black army had taken over, slaughtering, burning, and destroying anything in their way. Then came the turning point. While patrolling the edge of the forest, the panther's army spotted a lone rabbit, a snack, or so they thought. They moved in slowly, ready to pounce. But suddenly, boom! A surprise counterattack from the forest animals ambushed the tiger troops and knocked them flat. It looked like a win, but not so fast. The panthers weren't going down that easy. They regrouped, snarled, and rose again, ready for a full-on battle. And so began the greatest fight the forest had ever seen. The mouse deer's side began to struggle. Rabbits were taken down. Snakes were injured. The battle was turning. But then, reinforcements. The mighty elephant Blooker and his entire herd stormed into the battlefield like living tanks, turning the tide. The panther's army was thrown into chaos. Yet just when things looked up, the mouse deer got ambushed from behind by one of the panthers. It was looking bad. But then, the crocodile king arrived, limping but fierce, leading the river beasts into battle. Now it was complete. Land, sky, water, all united. Animals that once fought each other now stood shoulder to shoulder, defending their home. The panther, seeing his army collapse, was furious. He charged into the fight himself, claws flying, eyes burning with rage. He spotted the mouse deer and launched a vicious attack. The eagle swooped in to protect the deer, but then the mouse deer saw his chance. A tiny opening as the panther turned his head. With everything he had, the mouse deer kicked him right in the eye. The panther stumbled back, roaring in pain. The animal swarmed. He was injured, overwhelmed. He ran, panting, limping, trying to escape. But the mouse deer wasn't done. He couldn't stop now. His whole life had led to this moment. This wasn't just a fight, it was justice. The panther laughed bitterly. A little deer? Chasing me? Behind them was a massive waterfall, 5 coconut trees tall. There was no turning back. The panther leapt. So did the mouse deer. This was it. The panther had the advantage. Sharp claws, powerful muscle. He grabbed the mouse deer midair, ready to finish it. But then the twist. The mouse deer flipped and kicked with all the pain, all the anger, all the love for his mother, right into the panther's chest. The panther lost balance and fell down the waterfall. And with that, the monster was gone. The mouse deer landed on the edge of the cliff, gasping, wobbling. He almost fell too, but Grandpa Squirrel was there, swinging in with a vine and pulling him to safety. And then came the cheers. From behind trees, under roots, through the thick vines, animals emerged one by one, celebrating their little hero. This wasn't just a win over one villain. This was a win for every creature who had been afraid, who had lost their home, who had almost given up hope. For the first time in jungle history, the smallest animals had won. Not with brute strength, but with unity, and with the heart and wisdom of one brave, brainy little mouse deer. And that, folks, is the end of Dongeng Sang Mouse Deer. What do you think? Pretty wild, right? Drop your answer in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this, and leave your feedback or story requests in the comments.